Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be taking a look at a card that a few people have asked, hey, can you put this into a deck and see if we can make it work? So we're going to go with Visions of Phyrexia. I found a version of this deck that somebody played in one of the online events, and it looked pretty sweet, and I figured this is exactly the type of deck we want to play on here. So let's go take a look at today's Vision of Phyrexia deck. Alright, as always, don't forget, hit that join button down below if you want to get a little bit extra. Matter of fact, there should be a video coming out by the time this one's live, so you should have something there if you're at least a mid-tier member. And if you want to support the channel other ways and get something for yourself, check out ultrapro.com/PowrDragn. Use promo code PowrDragn. They'll save you 5% at checkout. And there's some really sweet Phyrexia All Will Be One stuff that should be launching on the site on February 10th. So going down the list, we're going to be playing some Voltage Surge because we're going to have a lot of artifacts. So we're not going to worry about this. This is great. And it's a good thing to have for 1 mana because we don't have much early in this deck. We're going to play 3 Go for the Throat and 1 Infernal Grasp. The 1 Infernal Grasp is just me being stubborn and saying like, hey, I think the original list had 4 Go for the Throats, but there's so often I just need to be able to kill something that happens to be an artifact, so we're going to go with Infernal Grasp. However, sometimes you don't need to worry about it because we have Brotherhoods in. Now, when it's the bigger thing, like say they have a big Flesh Gorger or a big Steel Seraph, well, obviously this won't work because you can only destroy artifacts that are 3 or less. But still okay. I think this is going to be a good card for us. We're playing 3 Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and honestly, I would not be surprised by the end of the video if we kind of want to go with 4 of these and 3 Brotherhoods in, because this feels like a lot, especially with the other removal we already have, and I'd probably rather have a way to find more mana or get us to other key cards, but this is the list, so this is what we're going with. 1 Celestis, which is fine, it's mana, it helps us dig. Of course, we're playing 4 Visions of Phyrexia, and those of you who don't know what it is, during your upkeep, you exile a card from the top of your library. You can play that card this turn. However, if you don't play it, at the end of the turn, it stays in exile, it goes away, and you get a Power Stone instead. Which is fine, because this deck actually likes Power Stones, but giving access to another card is actually really, really good in here. So, sometimes we'll want the card, sometimes we'll want the Power Stone, but either way, you're getting access to more cards or more mana. Speaking of more mana, we're playing 4 Mightstone Weakstone. We are not playing Urza. This is just here as a removal and for the mana. Occasionally, we'll be using it to draw cards, but really we want to use it to ramp up to other things, like our Phyrexian Flesh Gorgers, which we can play for 3 early, but very often this list is probably going to play them for 7. And we have 3 Cityscape Levelers, because this is just another big awesome chunk of removal, and it can be played out of your graveyard with haste. And then Skitterbeam Battalion. Again, we can play it for 5, which we can get to 5 pretty readily. And then if we have later games with lots of mana, we can go ahead and play it for 9 and try to end the world with it, which is awesome. Then we're going to have 4 Swamp, 5 Mountain, 4 Bloodfell Caves, which is great because I never play these tap lands in any decks. 4 Haunted Ridge, 4 Sulphur Springs, and 4 Xander's Lounge. And this is mostly because it's 2 colors, and we can cycle it later if we don't need it. But realistically, we don't really care that our land's coming to play tap because we don't have much realistically to play before turn 3 anyway. But that's it. That's the deck. Nothing crazy, just making use of Visions to try to ramp up and find all the cards we need. But as always, we're going to play some games, and at the end of the video, we'll talk about how we feel about it, what matchups are good and bad, all that good stuff in case you want to try the deck. So go enjoy the games. Catch up with me on the back end of the video. Let's go. Alright, we'll keep it. Gonna need some help to get to these, but in the meantime, this should be mostly fine. Alright. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. Alright, well. Oh! I would have almost taken any amount of money. That was not even going to resolve. Maybe they just have burn spells in hand? Want to kill our 2/2? I would totally understand if that were the case. Maybe? Oh, Fading Hope. Alright, same thing. That makes sense. Alright. Hopefully we can find some land, because this is going to be real sad if we don't. They're going to try to Fable here? No, they're going to Iconoclast. Okay. Being where we're at now, I think I'm just going to get rid of... Did we get rid of both of those? I think so. Especially with their plan being Iconoclast, these other cards are all just going to be better. And I have Visions to draw more later, so I guess it's fine. Let's start here. They'll probably try to save their own thing, and then we'll just target it anyway. Yep. Because if their whole plan is Iconoclast, we just keep those off the board. That's the game plan right now. I'm sure they have other stuff. It can't be just... Oh, there's another one. All right. Well, now we need a land, so if there's a make disappear, we can... Ugh. All right, well, make disappear is probably going to make us real sad. Okay, they didn't have it. Also means they don't have a counter in general, which is kind of important here. Not to say they don't have stuff they can protect their things with. That's a whole different issue. I'm going to go for this. Because it's going to at least produce a mana and opens up the option to play this Might Stone, Weak Stone, possibly. Alright, they're cycling a land. And unfortunately, we're at 19, so we can survive probably like 5 attack steps. Alright, that's what we wanted to see. Oh, it's going to suck to give up that Flesh Gorger. Actually, I don't think I have to, because I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then still get the Flesh Gorger, and then maybe come after that later. Actually, no, I won't have enough. Dang it. So I get one or the other here. Alright, you're going to get to keep your Iconoclast for a second. Even though, arguably, killing the Iconoclast is probably more important. But I have multiple ways to do that in hand, and they haven't proven to have a counterspell yet, so we'll see. A Braid, that makes sense. Fortunately, I didn't have anything in hand I was targeting to use that with. Alright, we go to 15. Deck's just like trolling me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's start here. I'm doing this just if they have another protection. Oh, they didn't have another protection type spell. Oh, that's good to know. If they did, I was then going to Brotherhood's End, but turns out that's not a thing for them. So we're just going to pass. Actually, I should have put this in play, actually, because getting to 8 is kind of important in this deck. Alright, fair enough. I was thinking more about drawing a card, but I don't really need to worry about that with Visions on board. So it's kind of a silly situation. Another Visions, huh? And another... You know what? This is the third one. Let's just go big this time. I will put this into play. This can go away. Alright, so now, if we find our last Skitter Beam, we should be able to cast it. Alright, what you gonna do to us? Nothing, as it turns out. Ooh, we did get the Skitter Beam. I don't think we get to resolve this, right? But we gotta try anyway. The opponent didn't play anything. I assume this isn't gonna work. I could have done it for smaller, but you know what? We're going for it. Oh, they had an Essence Scatter anyway, so it wouldn't have changed much. Alright, trying to get in for 7. Sounds good. Alright, we have way more mana than we need now. Hardy Jin works. Oh, interesting. They're not even worried about blocking our Flesh Gorger. That's a little concerning. Why would you not care about our Flesh Gorger here? I mean, you're going to flash something in, maybe? Either way, I mean, I guess we still got to attack. We're not going to not attack here. I mean, I guess you can untap the 1/1 and block with both. Oh. Whoa. Really? I mean, I guess if they have Izzet Scatter, though, I mean, it's legit, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure. It's got to be it. Bounce and counter. Nope. They just, okay. Sounds good. I mean, I guess now they're going to need a counter to Brotherhood's in so they can block with enough stuff. Not to say they don't have one. All right, we're going to go to 14. And they're not doing anything. I feel like there's some obvious card I'm not thinking of here. But, okay. Into attack. I mean, because I can't target this. And you can't block it. There you go. Yep. Sounds good to me. It doesn't really matter. They're both going to die here. Even if somehow one didn't, we could deal 3 more. So, not a huge concern. Play another Visions. Play a land. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Alright. Opponent's at 3. We're at 21. They've been through several of their better cards. We've been through several of ours. So it's just, what can we draw off these Visions? Wow, land was not the answer. Sure, in the turn. That's disappointing. Fortunately, we still have 30 cards left. So we got a ways to go. However, if the opponent's not playing stuff, they either have removal or counters. So we got to figure out which it is. This getting countered is not terrible, though. Sadly, we drew both of those off of Visions. And we will not be able to cast both, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's 14. So we are 1 short of doing both. But we can start here. Submit 0. And no point letting us go to waste with the opponent at 3. We'll just... Oh, wait. I didn't play a land, did I? No, I did. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Alright, let's see what you got. I mean, you don't really want to bounce either of these either. Bouncing the Leveler is not great. Can't bounce Flesh Gorger because it kills them. Burn down the house doesn't do anything here. Oh, and, well, then you shoot the Leveler? Yeah. I mean, I guess if you have a bounce spell, we'll see. Wow. Okay. I'm going to play this and see if we can draw a battalion, maybe? And just try to end things because we have removal in hand. Well, that's cute. Okay, I guess we're just attacking with 23 cards left in the library. Submit 0. Opponent has anything? Guy's Wave. Hey, return it? Sure, we'll replay it. Submit 0. Might as well play a land. And we'll just end the turn. With all of our abundance of manas. Alright. And that's one that lets you tap things? Oh, cast spells from top of your library if it shares a type. I guess I could have killed that before they chose something, but we can just do this as well. I mean, we've just been sitting on cards. Sounds great. Yeah, exactly. We're just going to attack for 8. Ooh, we get to go first. We have Brotherhoods in. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I would have liked one of our 2-mana removal spells here. Or maybe the burn spell in hand, but this will have to do. We did pick up Fable here, which is kind of interesting. So we might do that if we can get away with it. I mean, there's no guarantee this is going to resolve, but okay, it does. Wow, and no Fading Hope, no nothing. Man, it's exciting when those happen, because I'm just like, well, they're playing blue and white, and they didn't cast anything. I guess they're going to counter something. And then they don't. Though now the concern is, if they didn't play anything, and they weren't playing anything on our turn, what are they saving up for? Oh, borrow time. Okay, fair. Let's get rid of, well, Leveler, because we can still play that out of the graveyard. And what else do we want to get rid of here? I guess Battalion? Not the most exciting thing, but okay, well, we drew another one anyway, so it doesn't greatly matter. Don't just play this. So now I'm beginning to think this is some type of just Bant Control type deck. I've seen a couple of those floating around. I mean, it's probably going to be like another Banishing Light here. Now, the good thing about the Banishing Lights for us is if they get rid of something like a Flesh Gorger, it comes back as a 7/5, which is cool. And with us having a Leveler in the yard, they could get us some good value later. Though if the opponent doesn't deal with our Flesh Gorger, then we get to copy it and also make 7/5s. Actually, no, we'd make 3/3s, the way this is set up. Alright. Ugh, a land there would have been elite. Yeah. I guess we're attacking. Yep. Not much else to do here. We just have removal spells, so we're just going to pass. Really would have liked to land to try to get a Might Stone, draw some cards, and set up for our big things. But it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, I think that's what you have to take. I was going to say, I mean, it's more dangerous taking the Flesh Gorger anyway. Wow, we are not doing a good job drawing lands here. I might even just tried to Skitter Beam there, to tell you the truth. Alright, now they have double white. So now we have to start worrying about Depopulates and Farewells and Wandering Emperors. And we still don't know what the blue or green is for yet. Could be a lot of things. Wow, that's not helping. Not even a little bit. Alright, you've got all the mana. There's a Depopulate. Sounds good. Assumed that's what was over there. Now we have to start having the question on, can I get away with just Battalion and get in for 6 while we can? Or do I need to go for this? I feel like, man, Mightstone Weakstone seems very good here, but I'm going to go with this. I mean, they've been waiting for double white, so there's a chance they just have more sweepers, but if they do, they do. We just force them to play them now, and then our other stuff gets a free pass. Also, wouldn't be bad if we drew a land to go along with this. We could play this and shoot a Wandering Emperor after it exiles something. If we could be so lucky. Tamiyo. I would not have called Tamiyo. That's kind of cool. Alright. Let's try a Might Stone. There's no counter still. Alright, let's draw cards. Wow, this is tough because the opponent's only at 4, but I think we have to also keep this from doing anything.
Your resistance is noted.
Alright.
You cannot unwrite what has been written.
So now we have Leveler in the yard, and they've shown us they don't have at least a 2-mana counter that matters. At least for non-creatures. I guess they could have Essence Scatter, possibly. But now, if we can... Oh, Skitter Beam, huh? Well, I was going to say Leveler, but Skitter Beam ends the game if it resolves. So we're going to go with this. Because even if they have a Wandering Emperor, it won't matter here. Yep. Wandering Emperor can eat one thing, go to 10, and we will definitely get 10 damage in still. I say that. They could. Oh, wait, what? What's going on here? Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh. Okay. Alright, let's keep this one. Only thing would have been better is if a swamp would have been some black source so we could like have access to Fable and the Flesh Gorger. But there we go. We drew it anyway, so all good. Problem here is, though, if they get to something like Rafine first, we could be in a bit of trouble because we're not going to have a good way to kill it. So this hand might just be too slow. We'll see, though. Alright, let's kill that. Okay, we knew this turn was going to be tough because we don't have a spot removal card here, which I would really like to have. Let's see what the opponent's doing. Like I said, if it's Rafine, we kind of have to draw one of our 2-mana removal spells. Okay. That's a problem, but not awful. Gonna go with this first, just to see if we can find other tools. Probably discard one of the visions. Unless it's old Shieldred. Okay, it's not a Shieldred turn. That's good. Definitely could have been worse. We do need a lot of mana here, but let's get rid of visions. Yeah, just one of the visions, I think. That didn't help. Welp. Can I play visions and survive? I mean, I guess so. We'll try it. Don't know how I feel about this. Invoke Despair. We'll probably get rid of the Fable. It's a Shieldred. Okay. That's an issue. That doesn't help. That does. That actually helps a lot, to be honest. That is spectacular. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would allow us to play this. That gives us 7, 8. So we'll already be at 8. Plus we'll get 1. Alright. Sounds good. Okay. Alright. Still a little bit scary, but not as bad as it could have been for sure. Folk Despair sounds great. I mean, that's kind of as cheap as we were going to come out of that exchange, so I'm kind of okay with it. Now, there is a little bit of a scary part here that we have to risk this dying to, like, a Grasp. But, or Liliana, I suppose. Yeah, still worth it, though, I think. We go to 4. I mean, if they have another Invoke Despair, they'll just get us. We do get to gain a life off the Bloodfell Cave, so that's something. And then we just hope for the best from there. Oh, they're going to corrupt us anyway, so it didn't matter. Alright, these are cards we can at least do some stuff with. Let's see what happens. I mean, probably can't do a lot of stuff, but we can do some stuff. Underdog makes sense. We got nothing to do to an underdog, so we'll just pass. Alright. You got a Trespasser. Okay, I guess we're just going to go ahead and Fable here. Even if they kill it, doesn't put anything in the yard. Maybe we can get them to commit to one more thing, and then we can hit a bunch of stuff with Voltage Surge. Or with Brotherhood's End plus Vulture Search was my plan. Kind of hoping it would have been a... I can attack and get a mana next turn. Just sit on that treasure. That'd give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 the next turn. You know what? I might just take damage here. It's a little bit silly, honestly, but I'm kind of okay with it. Visions is probably good. I don't think I really need to get rid of anything here. This is fine. See what the opponent wants to do. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're going to Brotherhood's End anyway. Alright, play a land, cast Brotherhood's End. Deal 3 damage to each creature and planeswalker. Okay. Even if they have a Shieldred here, not awful because we have Mightstone, Weakstone. We take 2. Drop. And hopefully, we will get to do something with Flesh Gorgers along the way. But we'll see how that goes. Let's get rid of a Shieldred. And pass. So now we can cast full-size Flesh Gorgers, which is great. Liliana, sure, that checks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. We'll probably still kill Liliana here. No point messing around with her. And we already have all the mana we need. I think, though, the bad part is they're likely just waiting around to cast... Oh, well, that's a thing. I feel like the opponent might just be waiting around to cast an Invoke Despair, so I'm hoping they don't get a land here. Ah, they had another Liliana. Okay, fair enough.
Happy to help, but I'm Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Alright, Evolved Sleepers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What are the odds I could wait one more for that? I mean, I guess I could Visions and this. Is that worth it? I'm only at 10. Gosh, I don't think it is. I think we... Can we Visions than that for 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, because that'd be 9. We would have been able to just cast this straight up. Gosh. This feels like a really tough spot. What if we skitter and cast Flesh Gorger? I think that's what we're going to do. I think this is our plan. I mean, yes, we could Flesh Gorger for more. I'm just not sure how much time or life we have. Because if they do get... Assuming one of these is Invoke Despair, we're going to take 4, so we're at 6. This would get to attack, put us to 5. We'd still be a turn behind on Flesh Gorger situation. I think I'm just going to do it. And then maybe we draw something good off of our Visions. But if they do tap out for Invoke Despair... Oh, it's a Bank Buster. Alright, well I guess they didn't have it. I was wrong. And an underdog. Okay, fair enough. Works for me. Let's go ahead and play this. And if we were to attack, they would just activate Bank Buster to block something. Alright, I guess sadly we just have to pass. Wish that weren't the case. But as it works out, I guess I could have waited, cast a big Flesh Gorger. But, is what it is. Now we know. Alright, you've got an underdog. You got it, family. We'll block here. Let's get a removal card for one of these creatures. That would be nice. Well, that land's not going to help. That will, though. So that's good. Let's get rid of this. Yep, makes sense. Doesn't really matter if I play the land or not. I don't think so. We'll just let that go. No attacks. We are getting 2 cards a turn, but we need to hit one of our big artifacts here. We've got all the mana. We've set it up. Now we just got to hit it. Well, now we need removal cards again. We're back to where we were last turn. Yep, you got it. Another battalion would be great. Fable, yeah, alright, but you're not really what we're looking for. I mean, is this where I just kind of have to attack and just trade a sleeper for the Flesh Gorger? I think we do. I hate it, but... because that sleeper is worth more to them than a Flesh Gorger is to us at this point. I mean, they have to double block, so we'll still get to kill the sleeper, which is fine. And then we'll end. We have these that we can discard. But if we can't find anything in the next 4 cards, this was just destined to be it. Because we're going to get 1 from the Visions, possibly 2 from... okay, we will get 2 from Fable. And then our regular draw. So, like, we can't do better than that, you know? I'm just going to take 3 here. Because the opponent's also only at 12. And this way they don't get their card until end of turn. So if it was a creature or something, they can't cast it. Looks like it's some type of instant. Or at least one of them are. Alright, come on. That doesn't help. That... maybe. It does destroy artifacts. Not necessarily what we want to do. My goodness. Like, what more do I have to do? Oh my gosh. Jeez. Okay, let's draw. This is the 5th card we've seen this turn. Nothing. Oh boy. Wow, what are we looking to do here? I mean, we can't really afford to destroy artifacts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This would be 8. I mean, I guess we could. And just play the Celestis after the fact. Which would be fine. But then, what do we do? Because the opponent we know can haste attack us with one of them. Gosh, why is this so difficult? I think we just kill Bankbuster. It's kind of the annoying thing, but I think that's what we do. I'm going to tap this. Play this. Use this opportunity to destroy... oh, it actually destroys one of these, because this is an artifact, isn't it? That's going to suck. Gosh. Not good. Not good. Alright, I'm going to go to attacks. I wasted that mana from this, but I just sequenced my turn all wrong. Oh, opponent's just... drawing? That wasn't expected. Okay. This kind of went away I was not expecting. I guess they have... yeah, I was going to say they had to have something there. Now they're blocking, or are they going to take it? I don't know if it... I was going to say, I don't think it really changes anything for me if they did. Okay, so let's destroy artifacts. Play Celestis. Actually, I might just play Visions. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do either. I think this is just what we're doing. I think if they just have the Bank Buster, they have the Bank Buster. I'm just going to try to see as many cards as we can and get to one of our big spells. Because if we don't, I don't think we can win otherwise. I think this is one of our few ways to possibly get out. Alright, there's a Shieldred. And an Invoke Despair. We'll get rid of that. Having the token to copy a thing is probably still legit. I guess we gotta get rid of one of these. If we go to 3, it's dangerous. We probably have to block. Alright. This is where we're at. That's not going to help us. We're going to 1. Oh, did we just get there? Wow. Okay. Whew. That was a lot of dangerous work. My goodness. Sorry that took so long to work out, y'all. That was tough. That was tough. Yeah, let's keep this. Okay, well, we're going to have to hope we can get to this Brotherhood's End, or we're going to be in a lot of trouble. And we actually need to get this before they get to their 3-mana veteran, because if that happens, I think we're toast. Alright, it wasn't Thalia, because Thalia would have been real bad. Okay, we found another red land, so that's good. Alright, let's see it. Okay, good news. It wasn't the one we were concerned about. Though, honestly, they probably have a counter here, now that I'm thinking about it. I actually, if possible, would rather do this. See if they counter or not. Oh, just reinforcements. Okay, I say just reinforcements, like that's not bad. But now, if they have, like, Brutal Cathar, that opens up the door for us to Brotherhood's in. And Cathar? Come on. That was a Harbin. Gosh, dang it. That was the worst. Okay, well. Wait, they didn't attack? They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eligible attackers, right? Alright, well, I'll take the freebie, I guess. Actually, I might as well attack first, huh? Because we're going to get rid of everything. And the opponent has to know, right? If I'm just running this in. Unless they just think it's like just to stay alive. But, yep, we're going to hit them. There we go. Deal 3. They do still have 3 Duders in the yard they could replay, so that's real. Now, if they spend the mana to play Dinnick, we can kill Dinnick, so that's good. Alright. Now I feel pretty good. And let's see, we've got 5, 6, 7. We're still 2 away from Skitterbeam, but we can play a big Gorger. Yep. Get the damage in where you can. Veteran, makes sense. Get in for 6. Alright. Good news is those are now gone away. We don't have to worry about them. That's a nice little bonus. In the trenches. They'll probably just take... Oh. Alright. We will be attacking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, these will only be 2/2s, so we might as well wait. Alright, they're going to take 7. I guess I could just Brotherhoods in, huh? I think I'm going to do this, though. And then we can just finish the game with Battalion next turn. We're at so much life, we're not at risk of dying to any type of attack here. Alright. We go to 13. Actually, we go to 14. We get an extra land in case we need it. Let's go ahead and Battalion up. And that's a whole lot of damages. Alright, hey, you get to block and stay alive. That's real. I mean, for all I know, they have a sweeper or something they can draw. Oh, actually, no, they can't. Because it's 7 and 4. It's 11 anyway. Yeah, yeah, GG's. Alright, that works. Alright, so this is actually pretty interesting. I think Visions of Phyrexia was actually a pretty key card in this deck, so I like that. I can see how this deck could be pretty good. I would say if you were to play against the mono blue decks, which we didn't run into any, I don't think those would be winnable. I think those would be very difficult because the way to beat those decks tends to be to get a couple of things out early and pressure them, and this deck just doesn't really have the ability to do that. Like, we're casting things on turn 3, which is a safe spot for the blue decks. But for other stuff, you know, for the creature-based things, we did pretty good. We won against a control deck just from being able to have, I think, consistent big threats. So you didn't really care about their counters as much because you're more impactful, which was pretty cool. But yeah, overall, this deck's actually not too bad. I think you have to be prepared to play very long games. So if you're, you know, getting on Arena for maybe an hour, this is not the deck I'd play because you're probably going to get in like 3 games probably. Possibly 4, whereas if you play anything else, you're going to get 6 to 8, maybe even 9 games. So, you know, if you want to maximize your time, this may not be the deck. But if you do like mid-rangey, grindy things, doing cool stuff with big cards, yeah, check it out. It's actually worth it. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Akroma's Memorial. Mostly because this card's had, I think, 3 or 4 printings now, and it still goes for like 12, 13, even 14 bucks in some places, and more than that depending on the version. The cool thing about this card, though, is it can almost end games for you. Like, it comes down, gives like 5 different keywords. Unfortunately, one of them isn't lifelink. But, you know, flying and trample, protection from red and black is really the biggest part. Is really the biggest part there. And honestly, this card is okay with that. I mean, it seems very powerful, but honestly, it's 7 mana. So it's not like it's the end of the world, and it's an artifact, and people tend to be replaying stuff that they can actually kill artifacts with. So this card, I would say pick one up if you want. I don't think these are going to get any lower anytime soon. Even we've already seen now it's been printed, like I said, multiple times, and the price kind of stays in the same range. So unless it comes out for a large printing in something, this is probably the lower value of where you're going to find it. If it were to drop, it's probably still going to hang around the $10 range, and you're probably not going to lose really much money on it. If you enjoyed today's deck and you're looking for different spins on different builds, check out this Selesnya Humans deck we played with Kayla's Reconstruction. It's actually pretty sweet. So that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.